1424 February 7, 2025. Right now marks 655 hours of progress on the global harbor simulation. Currently it has been figured out how to update an object, although it was a little tricky figuring out how to do this within this 3D physics engine guide, as some of the code from the latest GitHub sample differs from some of the stuff in the original book. Not that anything has been changed dramatically, but there's new classes and things are organized a bit differently in examples. So the actual way to get it to work is to press T to unpause, and there's some code here that causes the object to fall. Now since there's no actual collision, that will clip through the bigger ball, which is actually, this bigger spear is just a larger version of the first spear apparently, and in order to not show that, one could just comment out the pushback of the first object, or the second object more accurately, and that will, causing it to unpause by pressing P to unpause, or T to unpause time, it will gradually fall, and pressing T again, and R to reset, T to start time, and T to stop time is apparently how that control works. And this was figured out by just investigating the code, as just adding this code here by default doesn't actually do anything, as the scene is paused by default, which is set in the application's initialization function by the instructor, though that could be changed. So yeah, M is paused is set to true. And there's also a control to apparently step by 1 frame. But the important function here would be the update, or the main loop, which is here. And it's sort of confusing at first, because there's a one might think that the thing is actually updating when it's not, because there's this printf that runs while the window is not closed, and it prints continuously, which is shown over here. Yeah, that prints continuously. So right now it's 30 seconds, as this GPU is set to set things that are not in focus, windows that are not in focus, to half FPS, and yeah, so it in focus, it's running at 16 milliseconds, which shows the 60 FPS. But anyway, yeah, it's probably best to comment out that long, as it can be a bit confusing. And so maybe remove that altogether, and so the real update is actually right here. So starting the scene, pressing T, and then it's updating, dropping. So yeah, that's the actual code works. So the intention for the next hour is to continue following this 3D physics engine tutorial.